What's up, ladies and non-ladies? It is Cerealkiler back again with another video. This time we're doing a showcase on Ethna, the Wind Hell Lady. I keep seeing her getting pulled in chat, followed by a bunch of RIPs or better luck next time, and I just do not get it. She is amazing. I'll go through the list of like 20,000 things that she does really well, and then you guys can decide for yourself. So these first couple clips are just kind of standard. You know, you go into arena, you cleave everything down with 2 AoE DPS, and then the enemy dies, which is awesome. It's fun. She does a decent job of it. But of the like 900 things she does, you know, that's kind of like the boring baseline. You can do that with a lot of other monsters. So you start off with the fact that Ethna is 100% capable as one of your 2 monsters in a standard AoE cleave team. Then you add in the fact that she can do this. She can hit Brian's for 57,000 damage. You can put her up against a defense raid build Aerial and she'll still hit her for 37,000 damage. That Aerial probably had, 25, maybe 30,000 hit points. Easy one shot on that. Every once in a while, you get really lucky and you get to do both things. This is one of the fanciest things I like about her. We'll go ahead and open up with a nice AoE. We'll follow up with Alicia, get another AoE, kill a couple things. Alicia is unable to kill the Eladrill because of glancing. Eladrill is going to pull this Veramos back up. We got a full life Veramos. Got an armor break on it, so now we can ignore Veramos for now. We'll kill the other 2 things. Ethna's turn. Guess what else we got? We got Capture. So now there's a 55,000 bomb on the Veramos right after she AoE'd really well. Not too many other monsters can AoE really well, or at least acceptably well, and single target amazingly. And then add to all of that, her AoE has an armor break built into it. So whenever you're coming into an arena AoE offense and you're relying on Galleon doing his actual job, and he does shit like this, missed the Varad, because that Varad's freaking triple endure, I'm sure. Now Ethna puts the armor break up, does a decent amount of damage, doesn't kill it because it didn't have the armor break on it before, but gets the armor break on it so that your other DPS, in this case, Alicia, can kill it. You're not going to get Lure to be single targeting for 60k or AoEing for 20 for that matter. It's really convenient to have a backup armor breaker. As if that wasn't enough, we're about halfway down the list of things that Ethna is amazing at. Now, something that's tied onto her nuke, which you don't see very often because her single target nuke kills everything, except for our little blue buddy over here on the left. But if you hit our little blue buddy with her nuke, it has a guaranteed stun on it that does not check for resistance. If the opponent is not a chroma and does not have will runes, it will stun them every time. So you can negate the Theomar's first turn. You can't kill it first turn with this comp, but you can negate it, unless it violent procs twice, but that's the same as any other monster. So you put a big old hurt on the Theomars, and then that doesn't end the fight because you've got a Camilla and an Eladrill in here, which brings me to my next point about Ethna is I have mine on Vampire runes, and she makes a very good bruiser that at the same time just happens to do 1 billion damage. She's getting her, bruiserness from her high damage and her Vampire runes. Not necessarily, where like a Beast Monk would just have 40,000 hit points. Mine probably has, way less than that. We'll go over the runes. I want to say like 15-ish. But it's really nice in long guild battles like this that she has a decent amount of life and then can replenish it. And you can stick her with Emma and Bella and essentially fight anything. Whenever I look at something and I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what to do about that. I either go Theomar's Emma Bella or Ethna Emma Bella, kind of depending on what my opponent is. And I don't really like to fight Eladrills with Theomars because that Eladrill will kick the shit out of my Theomars. And Ethna, unfortunately, doesn't have that problem. or fortunately, I guess, in my mind, Ethna will not get targeted here because of the Emma, but if the Emma wasn't there, that Elidrill is never going to kill this Ethna. She'll vampire heal herself for more damage than this Elidrill will ever hit her for. So, another right there, she just got a 25k nuke off into an Elidrill without an attack buff. All these numbers you've seen before are attack buffed and armor broken, and most of them have an Alicia lead, so that's like all the way at the top of the scale. But 25k into an Elidrill without an attack buff is still super badass. Finish off the Camilla, clean up, move on to the next thing. This one right here isn't going to be all Ethnas, but I would highly recommend putting Ethna on Vampire anyway. And if you do put Ethna on Vampire, she makes a really good farmer. Her AoE's got a 2-turn cooldown. Her big nuke has a 3-turn cooldown. If it's max skilled, mine isn't max skilled, but she just destroys her way through Mount Ruiner. Not a lot of people talk about this. Most people stick to Aiden. Most Aiden farmers can't survive in Mount Ruiner. Ethna does it no problem. And to clarify, Mount Ruiner is the second farthest map on the back. It's the one right before Charuka Remains, which I do not have a monster that will farm that on Hell. I think Fuko and Trevor are the only two that will, and both of them have escaped my grasp. But we're about to wrap up on this Ruiner run, and she'll come in somewhere in the 55 seconds as the best to like a $1:15 or a minute 15 seconds at the absolute worst. And then last, definitely not least, obviously the best thing about her is this bitchin' stripper pole dance that you get at the end of every victory. Ethna celebrates like no other. Alright guys, that is my list of 814 things that Ethna is amazing at. I'll go ahead and show you the skill ups and the runes at the end of this thing. Hopefully this will help out any Ethna owners and give you 1 or 43 things that you can use her for. And that about wraps this one up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. As always, please let me know what you thought, and if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments, like, and subscribe. See you next time, everyone.